Did you know that you were paying the salaries of these people? Never seen them before? Of course! That's because they don't represent our government. They are officials of another country.
I'm sure you're familiar with the story. On January 2019, Juan Guaidó, the president of the National Assembly of Venezuela, appeared on stage, raised his right hand, and proclaimed himself president of Venezuela.
Yes, he invoked his nation's constitution, but in fact, there was nothing legal about it.
The US rushed to recognize Guaidó and still does, even though he has no power in Venezuela and was not elected by anyone, and by the way, he doesn't control even a police car.
Guaidó appointed his bogus government diplomats, but he doesn't have the money to pay them.
Last week, USAID Administrator Mark Green signed an agreement with Guaidó's representative in the US, Carlos Vecchio, providing him and his team $98 million in, quote, development assistance for Venezuelans inside Venezuela, unquote.
But according to a memo seen by the LA Times, the money that was originally allocated in Central America will now be used to pay salaries and airfares.
Good government's training program, propaganda, technical assistance for holding elections, and other democracy-building projects. Last June, Trump said he will no longer provide aid to some Central American countries until they take strong measures to put a brake on immigration to the US.
Now Washington is using the money to fix the mess they created in the first place by recognizing Guaidó.
What we were attempting to do, the administration now, is get Guaidó's team so that he can pay for embassies, ambassadors, a National Assembly office in Caracas, money that is not going to be spent in the Northern Triangle in Central America. That's what we'd like to do. We'd like to use U.S. funds to do it.
It doesn't matter what your opinion is of the president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro.
Do you think that we should be paying the salaries and travel expenses of phony government officials?
Consider that Trump himself has sharply criticized head of states throughout the world for not shouldering their share of costs of the United Nations and other multilateral organizations, and has sworn he will stop subsidizing other countries.
So why is he subsidizing a government that only exists somewhere in Fantasyland?
Shouldn't these $100 million be spent on programs that are really needed here at home in the area of education, housing, healthcare, and others?
When it comes to taxpayer money, shouldn't the welfare of the people in the US come before the interests of coup plotters?